Hello, and welcome to my Principality. I am Princess Trisha, and this is my first Minecraft video. I've just opened up a new survival world, and let's get going. There we go. So, I've never done YouTube before, and well, the reason why I'm doing it now, I'm a 19-year-old college student, and I'm not very good at talking to people. So I thought maybe, well, the way to get better at things is to practice, right? So this is me practicing, I guess. I do intend to try and get better at this, and to try to feel less awkward talking to myself. So be sure to, leave a comment and tell me how to get better at this. We'll go back here for just a second. I've dug a 2 deep hole to remind myself where the world spawn is, so that hopefully I can do something with that later. Alright, so first step is to punch trees. I love punching trees, don't you? Such a lovely experience. So, I'm incredibly awkward right now while entertaining with that. But, it's hard to sit here and talk into a microphone and imagine that there will be people listening to this. Hope. I mean, probably not, but there's a chance. And chances are beautiful, beautiful things. I've heard that best place to get apples is in the swamp. So it's really, really convenient that we spawned in one. Let me turn my game sounds up a little bit. I'm not sure. Well, I can't really hear them. That's, probably my fault. Hostile creatures on. Hungry creatures. Ambient environment. There we go. That should be better. I'm, still getting used to this. Still figuring out what works, what doesn't. Please tell me that's not a witch hut. Oh. Okay, maybe I should not have screwed with the settings. Ooh. Yeah, I really should not have messed with the generation settings. I wanted to create something really, really cool. And I'm not sure if I created something cool or if I just created hell. Well, this will be interesting. Tell me in the comments if you want me to scrap this world and just do normal generation. I mean, that'd probably be the smart thing to do, but where's the fun in doing the smart thing? I actually kind of contemplated just putting a time limit on myself and spending only 10 minutes in this world to resource gather, and then creating a nether portal right off the bat. And just throwing myself into the nether on the first episode. But I realized there'd be a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, lots and lots of crying. Probably wouldn't be too much fun for you guys. Please drop apples. Why do you no drop apples? But I want the apples. Please drop apples, O glorious apple gods. Can you not see that I am in need of beautiful, beautiful apples? I guess they're not listening. That's gotta be, glitched. I thought apples were supposed to drop more in swamps. And I think that's a witch hut. I've never actually seen a witch hut before in any of my worlds. But there's a flower pot. I mean, there's a cauldron and there's a crafting table. But flower pot. Well, that's good. Maybe I should keep this, for the first episode or two. Why don't I just live in a witch hut? Or is that a really bad idea? You'll have to tell me if that's a really, really, really terrible idea. I've been playing the game for about 6 months now, and I'm probably still very, very terrible at it. But I wanted to get at least some experience in before, I started this. I had the idea when I was at college. I had like 5 different roommates, and they all left. So I kept changing roommates, and it was terrible. And I was miserable, and I was alone, which is why I've chosen a different college this year. Stone. Stone is probably a very good idea right now. I really like how pretty dirt is. I mean, it's kind of a block and everything, but I think it's really, really pretty. There's just something very, not to be maladroit, but earthy about it, I mean, dirt is like the building block. Even more so than punching trees, it's the first thing that you see. Ooh, is that diorite? Nice. I got the game just before, 1.8 and everything. Well, before the pre-releases of 1.8 started. And don't worry, I do know not to try to dig out iron with a wooden pick. Right now, I'm just trying to, see how much of it there is, and that was a very ominous, scary sound, and get enough of it, not enough of the iron, but enough of the stone, so that I can go make a full set of stone tools and a furnace. And, stairs. Stairs are definitely on the list. That way, I can be cool and everything and cook up these pork chops. And that way, hopefully I won't die my first night. But if I do die, there are worse things. Okay, that's gonna bother the hell out of me. Let's get this tree. I'm almost scared to ask how I've gotten wood before. Oh, you've got to take inventory first. That would explain it. Not just achievements, but achievement trees. Ha, get it? Achievement trees? Yeah, that was a stupid pun. I know what. Ooh. Get inside. I need to get inside. Very much so. Inside is safe. Outside has all the dangers and the nasties and the skeletons, and I have probably nowhere near enough used my time as efficiently as I should have. So, let's make a door. Yes, a door would be a very good idea right now, I think. There we go. Right, ooh. Furnace. Then I can convert these logs into charcoal and make some torches. Very good. I don't think a witch can spawn this close to me, but I'm not entirely certain. So, yeah. Yeah, just gonna close those up. Can I get that with the wooden pick? Yes, I can. Thank you, game. Very good. Very good. Might just start a new tunnel underneath here, I think. You know, it just occurred to me that I could have totally saved a lot of time if I thought to make a wooden axe first. This is why I need practice. You know, I'm not very good at Minecraft. In fact, I would argue I'm terrible at Minecraft. But isn't that the good thing about, you know, doing a Let's Play? That people don't care if you're terrible? In fact, I would argue that it's more fun that I'm terrible. And, because where is the enjoyment if I know how to do everything? Where's the discovery? Where's the fun? Fun, you know? Alright, torches. Very nice. That makes me happy. That was stupid. Fully recognize that. Thank you. Thank you. So you'll have to tell me if this actually is a witch hut. I realize that changing the generation and causing accidentally, mind you, all of those lava pools is going to mean that any amount of darkness I have is going to be a max spawn rate situation. So I did this to myself. Yeah, not my smartest move, but you know, it could have been worse. I'm not sure how it could have been worse, but I totally could have screwed it up even more. And hey, at least I know how to use a shovel right. I can't be the worst player in the world, not yet anyway. The worst person in the world would probably, you know, not have punched a tree yet. Gonna need to figure out better systems for all of this, most definitely. So yeah, I'm fully aware this is probably a very, very terrible first video. But I'm going to get better. I mean, we're doing all the newbie, you know, punch a tree and dig a mine shaft, and I'll do some off-camera work. Do you want me to do off-camera work? Because I could just do this whole thing on camera. That's entirely plausible. Or, you know, tell me. Because if you don't want it all on camera, then I can, you know, get established, start creating a mine shaft, and then we can just do, like, the important stuff on camera. You know, like, building our first house, and creating goals. Oh yes, there will be goals. I want to build really, really fantastic, amazing, awesome things. Oh yes, the goals, the goals, the goals. Let's make a stone sword. Stone sword and a stone pickaxe. Then I think we're gonna go and grab that iron. I don't want to be a, you know, sissy who stays in the witch hut all night. Pretty sure this is a witch hut. I mean, if it's not a witch hut, then, well, why is it in a swamp? Why is it generated? Ah, here we go. Iron, 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 iron. Ironic, ironic, iron. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh, that's a zombie. Yep, totally zombie. Let's do the wimpy thing for right now. Yeah, totally gonna do the wimpy thing. And you'll probably hate me for it. But, you know, my main goal was not to die. You know? roughly 20-minute episode. Gonna try for, and I'd really, really love it if I do not die during the first one. I mean, I'm fully open to dying every other episode. If that's what you like. Slapstick comedy and all that whatnot, but the very first episode I'd like to retain some dignity. Not a lot, I'm not picky, but some dignity would be really, really nice. Well, no, I guess you don't know, but you will know, because I'm not just gonna make one episode and stop. I have a lot of trouble communicating with people and reaching out to people, and pretty much anything with people is a no-go zone for me. So I'm trying really hard to give this a shot and become a better person for the people I know and the people in my family. I want to be stronger, better, more outgoing. I want to be the totally fantastic and amazing Princess Trisha. And that sounds very, very ominous. And it's probably silly to want that, but I do. I want to be the person I daydream about, you know? I want to be that girl who says whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and doesn't give a damn about consequences. And this is the first step, because this is really hard for me. Not buying the software or the game, but putting myself out there totally and completely and letting me rip me to shreds. Because that's what you have. You have total and complete permission to lambaste me, draw and quarter me, cover me in tar and feathers, Do whatever it is you need to do to help me become a better YouTuber. Because that's what all the, mean comments are. It's not, well, yeah, it is kind of being mean, jackass and everything. But in its own way, it's like when your teacher tells you you did a crappy job on your homework, They're not doing it just to be terrible to you. Part of it is that they want to help you succeed, They want to help you become better, stronger. Can't say that, or I'm going to start quoting the song. And if I start quoting the song, I'm going to sing the song. Ooh, iron. Lovely, lovely iron. Probably won't get a full stack of iron. I'm not very efficient. Ooh. Well, that's just sad. Okay, I could make an iron pick. Or I can make a water bucket because of all the lava around here. I wonder if it's daylight yet. I'm kind of scared. Yep, still scared. Ooh, it's daylight. Thank you. Okay. Alright, I killed a zombie. All by myself. And I am happy about that. Okay, let's try this. Can I kill the skeleton? Yes, I can kill the skeleton. And I'm aware that this is totally wimpy thing to be happy about. Because, it's a half-dead skeleton. But, for me, it's the first skeleton I get a kill of this world. So that makes it a big deal. Ooh, we have desert. Desert or dessert? I think I'd like some both. A nice chocolate milkshake. Who doesn't love chocolate milkshakes? Well, probably people who are lactose intolerant. Ah, the red flowers. Love the red flowers. And sugar cane right over there. Cactus. This is shaping up to be quite the world, I think. So what if it has a little bit more lava than it should? Maybe next world I won't quite mess with the settings as much. I always thought it was rather strange how animals don't really spawn on sand. But, you know, of all the strange things in the world, it's not the strangest. Ah, obsidian. So when I do get my nether portal, it'll be easy to find, you know. Easy to get an enchanting table. Well, not easy to get an enchanting table, but it'll be doable. I don't think I need to grab the cactus right now. I can always come back. So we're getting right about to the 20-minute mark. We're just a little bit under that. And, you know, I'd also love comments on how long you want these episodes to be. Do you want shorter? Do you want longer? More frequent? Well, there can't really be more frequent since this is episode number 1, but, and if you said less frequent, saying you don't want me to make any at all, that would be sad. Very, very sad. Heartbreaking, even. Like an ice pick through the chest. Don't you love me? Well, you don't love me yet, but maybe you will. Because I want all of you, please tell me I didn't get lost, to become part of my principality. Yep. I said it, principality. I am a princess. I have a principality, not a kingdom. Kings have kingdoms, queens have queendoms, but princesses have principalities. You know, I love swamps. If I could have chosen to spawn in a swamp, totally would have chosen it. Because swamps are epic. There's always an evil witch in the swamp. You think maybe I'll be this swamp's evil witch? I hope so. I'm getting good luck with the drop so far. That is going to be fun to cross. Maybe I'll build a bridge. It'll have to be a stone bridge. I'm a little worried about, you know, killing all the animals, but I think they'll respawn. Thank you. Hello, Jeffrey. Yes, I shall call you Jeffrey, and you shall be a very innocent. You shall refill my hunger. Ooh, speaking of refilling hunger, food. Yeah, about the whole not dying in the first episode thing. Dying of starvation would be embarrassing with the skeleton and the zombie and the creeper didn't get. So, like, yeah, that'd be bad. Very, very bad. Ooh, and nice. How did not drop anything? Curiouser and curiouser. So, you know, I really do want to hear what you think. Do you have things you want me to do in particular? Like, build a sky base, even though everyone builds sky base, or a nether base, or, you know, experiment with redstone. I wouldn't say I'm terrible at redstone. I mean, I barely understand how it works. But that's why I've been watching other YouTubers, you know? I've been watching lots and lots of videos to try and get a better grasp of the mechanics. It's actually kind of interesting how it does end up working. I kind of like the variety. I wish there was like an instruction manual for it. That would be nice. But hey, who needs instruction manuals? Did I make that? Why do I feel as if I didn't make that? I'm worried. Please tell me I made that, because I don't feel like... Yeah, that's a dirt pillar I made over spawn. So... Oh, wait. I think I did that when I was getting a tree. Ah, yes. Beautiful, beautiful tree. You know, this is a tiny swamp. This should be embarrassed to call itself a swamp. And yeah, Iron Axe by next episode totally will happen. That was dumb with me. I wouldn't fully admit that. I can own that. I am not getting any apples. Like at all. Strangeness. mean, I'm sure it would help if I didn't go hide down in the mine shaft while I was waiting for the leaves to despawn. That would, probably help sincerely in my search for apples. I thought maybe it might be cool to, make a goal for every single episode. Like, this episode, the episode, well, not this episode, but say an episode. I won't stop recording till I find diamonds, even if it ends up having to be multiple parts, or a jungle, or an enchanting table, or go to the nether, get an achievement. I could try that. Try to get an achievement every single episode. How many achievements are there? Well, I have 2. I have 3. Oh, no, I still have 2. Haven't done that yet. Oh, so I need to make things. So let's see, on this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Is there another line somewhere? I don't see 17. But, there are the nether things, right? Well, I guess maybe those will pop up once I get diamonds. Probably. There's, ooh. I've never actually killed the end dragon. Little secret between us. Never done it. I probably should have done it, but I thought, what has the end dragon ever done to me? Like, really? We go around and we kill all these things, like the wither and the end dragon. What have they ever actually really done to us? That's probably one of the biggest problems with humanity, They just kill things just because they're scary or inconvenient. Why isn't there a Save the Ender Dragon society, People who refuse to kill. But, that's a perfect world. Probably not happening. I was on a PvP server before, and I didn't like PvP. I'm not really sure why. I thought it would be a good idea to be on it, but it was like PvP all in survival. It's closed down by now. But what I went around and did was I stayed alive as long as I could. Then I went and collected resources, and I built these halfway houses for people who just spawned. And I filled them with supplies. And, then I kept doing that till I died. So, that's a little over 20 minutes on the clock. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hopefully there will be more soon. And have a nice day, my darlings. Bye.